Bulking 101. I'm gonna put this video together because I was just typing out a post for Instagram and I realized even the stuff that I write on there is not gonna be enough of what I really wanna cover. So you can refer to the post that I'm putting up, but also just refer to this video. And this is Bulking 101, and these are the things that have helped me realize how to put on size. And I still get asked a bunch of questions, so this isn't my most elaborate video. I'm just sitting in my mostly empty apartment. I have a picture on the wall though of my truck, which is cool, right? Wow. It's pretty neat. But anyway, besides that, and then there's a flag in my bedroom. And a TV. See, things are coming together. But let's talk about bulking, okay? Not the most elaborate video, just need to get the information across. And these are the things that trip me up. So first and foremost, you are not eating enough. And obviously, blanket assumption here, but I was shocked when I found out the amount of food that I have to be eating. I'm pretty much full the entire day, and honestly, I'm to the point now where I've been bulking since mostly the start of 2018, and I am so tired of eating. I know it's a weird thing to complain about, but it's an effort. It's a conscious effort that I have to take in every day to say, am I eating enough food? And it's hard for me to hit that number. So, especially because I'm active, at the first half of this year I was eating 4,000 calories a day. So the way I got that number is that I took my body weight and then multiplied it by that 14 to 16 range. And that's how you start to get your maintenance calories potentially. And then to bulk, you add 500 calories on top of that, or if you were in a deficit, you take 500 away. It's a very general overview. I'll put a more informational video up. But the point is that I kept upping that number and I wasn't putting on weight, tracking this over time. So you track over a 2-week period and see what the results are. I still wasn't putting on weight. So I would up the calories more and more. And what that did is it essentially finally got me to the point where I was putting on weight. Now this was a somewhat dirty bulk, so I wasn't eating just healthy foods. I was having my pizza from time to time, especially days that I would go snowboarding back in February. I'd be burning so many calories that you have to then up the caloric intake even more, right? Because then let's say that I burn 300 to 400 calories snowboarding, then I need to make sure that I account for that and put that into the bulk in addition to a workout that I would do later. So anyway, the first thing first, you're not eating enough. If you're not putting on size, you're not eating enough. The other end of that too, if you're putting on too much size, if you're putting on a lot of fat, then you're in too much of a surplus. That hasn't been an issue for me, but I know people have asked me that question. And what it comes down to is around 2 pounds per month. So I would say that's the general consensus is that we can put on 0.5 pounds of muscle per week for new bodybuilders. Not bodybuilders, for people that are new to exercising, that's what we can expect. For people that are more experienced, they can't put on that much over a long time. So after 2-3 years of experience, they're not going to be putting on that same amount. But if you're new to it, then try not to go over 2 pounds a month. And sorry, my phone keeps dinging. Anyway, first, you're not eating enough. Maybe some of you are. If you're eating too much, lower it. 2 pounds a month is what we should be shooting for. So every 2 weeks, that means that you should see around a pound increase. And what you want to do is track every day and then take the average of the 2 weeks, not just weigh yourself 2 weeks from one point, because that could be, your weight can fluctuate so much. Anyway, that was the first thing. Second thing, regarding bulking, you have to be okay compromising aesthetics. Like I said, through this summer, I was bulking. And this was the first time that I really had a body to show off. In January, I was like, yes, I'm so excited for this. And I realized for 2019, if I really wanted to have that physique, I had to sacrifice it, and I had to be in that bulk, and I had to have my extra fluff, and I had to feel full and bloated. Obviously not what we're going for, but I just feel bloated when I'm eating this much. Throughout the summer, which sucked. I'm out on the boat, wanting to look good, not feeling as confident as I normally do. But that's the next thing, is that you need to ensure that you are, you need to commit to that. Trust the process and know that you're going to lose some of that definition, but it's worth it in the long run. So that's number 2. And then number 3, what else was I going to put on here regarding bulking? Try to, I guess, work with your macro split. So our macros are fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. For proteins, I always like to say that if you're leaner, then you can go towards like 1 gram per pound of body weight. But the crazy thing is that for me, I'm doing like 1.5 to 1.6 grams per pound of body weight. The reason for that, I am still a little bit leaner, even though I am bulking and have some fluff relative to some others. I'm still somewhat lean. So, you know, that puts me already higher. But I've noticed too that my body, I respond really well to higher protein and higher fat and lower carbs. So when I eat a lot of carbs, I just get sleepy. My energy's just totally shot. And so what you want to do is play around with that. Start off with, if you're leaner, then maybe start off with 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein, and then you can vary the percentages or what's left for your fat and carbohydrates. If you're in a bulk, I would say again, like, adjust that with your every 2-week cycle. So go through MyFitnessPal, or if it fits your macros, I'll put like links in the description. And that's a great place to start, just to kind of get an idea or a ballpark of where you should be with your macros. And then it's not set in stone. Adjust for what's right for you, what feels good, what has your digestive tract working the best, what has your energy levels the best. Yeah. So first and foremost, you're not eating enough or too much, depending on which side you're at. We're shooting for around 2 pounds a month of growth if you're new. And then the other thing was you have to be willing to sacrifice. Number 2, you've got to be willing to sacrifice that definition. And number 3 was play around with your macros to see what feels best for you. Anyway, that's kind of bulking 101. Oh, no, I'm going to add an additional 4th right at the end here. It kind of ties into number 2, but do it for a long period of time. My main inspiration for this is Julian Smith. Julian Smith, is that his name? I think. There's pictures of him where he was like 270 pounds, just big, chubby dude. And it was an intentional bulk, I believe, if I understand his story correctly. And he was a big guy. But if you look at him now, I think he intentionally spent like years in a bulk before he trimmed out. And now he's just like, he looks so unnatural. Like it doesn't look like it's possible to do that naturally. But I do believe people like that are natural, because they spend this extended period of time in a bulk, and we don't see that on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever else it may be. I think guys like Christian Guzman or whatever, he's done a couple videos about this, where like you get shredded, and all the videos and pictures and whatever else that we really see that's marketable is from that like few month window. But the rest of the year, so like the majority of the year, all of these people that we're following, unless they are on like PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, are most likely in a bulk. And I'm not even hating on the people that are on PEDs, but that can take people to the next level of being shredded year round. But anyway, you need to be okay with staying in this bulk for more than a month. Commit to it. Do it for 6 months to a year. And yeah, I mean, that's what's worked for me. I went from 170 at the start of this year, and I'm up to 192. I was going to shoot for 200, but since I'm going to try to do a show later, I'm not going to push it that much. I will try to get there maybe by the end of 2019. See, long game, real long game. But right now, I think I'm probably going to settle around like 194. So from 170 to 194 over the span of this entire year, 2018. And then I'm going to cut for spring 2019 for a show, my first show. But yeah, that's some of what I've learned, the things that have stuck out to me. I hope that helps and answers some questions for you. Sorry that this wasn't the most like exciting video. I don't know, I can do like backflips or something, if that helps. You can see I've got my Lift Free shirt on, grunt style, and also Freedom Ministries like sweat pants. Yeah, anyway, that's the news. That is the news today. Okay, see ya.